The year is 1971, and the Indo-Pak War is raging. In the Kutch Desert, an Indian Army division moves under the cover of total darkness. This landscape is a lethal mix of shifting sand and invisible, deep swamps. One wrong step into the mud can swallow an entire troop whole. Out here, standard military navigation falls apart. Compasses and maps offer little help when the landscape changes with the wind. The army is marching practically blind toward the enemy border, their survival resting entirely on the shoulders of a local guide. The person walking point for this heavily armed military force is an unassuming civilian named Ranchhod Pagi. He is leading them through the lethal darkness armed with nothing but a wooden stick. Without flashlights, Ranchhod navigates by feel. He senses the night wind. He feels the shifting sand. Step by step, he weaves the soldiers through the hazards, delivering them undetected. The mission was a complete tactical success. But it leaves behind a glaring question. How did an ordinary shepherd, without a single day of military training, orchestrate a massive troop movement, succeeding exactly where state-of-the-art equipment failed? To understand how he did it, we have to go back to his origins. Ranchhod Das Rabari was born to a simple nomadic life. He never attended a formal school. Instead, his classroom was the vast, desolate expanse of the Kutch Desert. Ranchhod was a Pagi, a master tracker who read the sand as a highly detailed, constantly updating record of recent history. Here is how the skill works. When someone walks, they leave data behind. By measuring the distance between strides, Ranchhod could calculate a person's exact speed. By analyzing the way footprints overlapped and accumulated, he could determine the exact number of people in a group. He could read even deeper into the impressions. A slight irregularity in the weight distribution of a heel strike told him someone was limping. A footprint with a much deeper indentation meant the person was carrying something incredibly heavy, like military artillery. This hyper-specialized indigenous knowledge turned a seemingly featureless wasteland into a precise map. It gave Ranchhod an intelligence-gathering edge that no military academy could teach. That edge was put to the test during the 1965 war. Pakistani infiltrators were crossing the border under the cover of night and vanishing into the desert by dawn. The Indian military was stumped, unable to track their movements. Desperate for a breakthrough in their border surveillance, the army commanders decided to bring in Ranchhod to analyze the border sands. They pointed to a set of tracks. Ranchhod took a quick glance and delivered a specific report. He told them, "The enemy came in at night. There were 4 camels. 2 of the soldiers were injured, and they had headed straight west." The army followed his directions and investigated. Every single detail Ranchhod provided was 100% accurate. That proof of concept in 1965 earned him a permanent place among their most vital trackers. It is exactly why the military trusted him with the lives of an entire division in the darkness of 1971. Following the success of that critical 1971 night march, the stories of Ranchhod's tracking reached the very top. Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, the head of the Indian Army, reviewed the operation and was astounded by what he saw. The Field Marshal realized that this civilian's mind mapped the desert with more precision than state-of-the-art topography charts. To recognize this contribution, Manekshaw bestowed a formal special honor upon Ranchhod, a rare official acknowledgement of a rural civilian by the military elite. At that moment, the highest echelons of command acknowledged that survival requires the raw, unteachable experience of the people who know the land, just as much as military hardware. When the war finally ended, Ranchhod rejected fame. He didn't seek political office or power. He quietly returned to his village, his animals, and the desert. His choices demonstrate that national defense relies on a profound, intrinsic connection to the land, as much as any military rank. In a world preoccupied with titles and recognition, Ranchhod's selfless service stands apart. His legacy remains etched into the shifting sands of Kutch, marking him as one